Day 15 of 30. Respect my boundaries.
Hey, welcome to the Bellatons. It is day what? 15. Halfway there.
Halfway.
So that means we gotta have some type of celebration tonight. We're gonna pop some champagne, pop some wine. Cause honestly, 3 weeks ago I didn't imagine we'd be here at day 15 in a weekend on our marriage, and it's working, man. So your prayers that you're putting towards us, our prayers we're putting towards our own self is really working, and we're thanking God is moving those mountains that we talked about at the beginning on day 1. But 15.
15.
Man, so today's topic, what is today's topic on day 15?
Compromising.
Woo!
And boundaries within a marriage.
So definitely, man, listen, compromising is major in a marriage, because I'm telling you right now, if you're a selfish individual, marriage will not work for you.
It's not for you.
You're not willing to put yourself to the side for the better goodness of your family or even for your spouse. I mean, marriage is not for you. We do live in a world of a lot of selfish things. We came into this world by ourselves, but God made man and woman to get together and to become one.
Be fruitful and multiply.
And be one unit. So definitely, he didn't make us to be here to be selfish, because when Adam was here alone, he was lonely. And God seen that he was lonely, so he made the woman for us, So compromising.
Very fine woman.
I will have to agree with that. So today, what does Scripture say about compromising?
Okay, so taking it to the word in Philippians 2, 3-4, it says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others." So this verse captures the heart of compromise. Humility, sacrifice, and putting your spouse's needs alongside, and sometimes even above your own. In marriage, compromise isn't about losing. It's about choosing love over ego and peace over being right.
Over being right. How many of us out there want to win the argument every single time? Or I know sometimes our ego just kicks in and you want to do that. I tell you, with our marriage, we went to marriage counseling before we got married. We had to go to like 2 or 3 sessions with our pastor in Oklahoma. His name was Willie Smith. And some of the best advice, and probably the only advice I remember about the whole marriage counseling, is that he said, look, man, if you want your marriage to last for a long time, he looked at me and said, Willie, if you will live your life to make sure that she's happy, and Anika, if you look at Willie and you make sure you make your life, or you live your life to make him happy, you're going to have a very happy marriage. And those words have, I know definitely in the beginning of our marriage, stuck with us really hard. I think we lived on those words. Then it got to a point in our marriage that I felt like
it turned selfish.
It did turn selfish. We felt like we had our selfish ways, because now it's like, man, I'm tired of dealing with that, or I'm tired of dealing with that, which is natural in human nature.
And I'm in charge of my own happiness. And
yes.
He's in charge of why is he looking to me to be happy? He should be happy within himself first.
Yes, we literally had conversations. Like, I remember you telling me one time, it's like, man, I can't rely on you to make me happy. Like, I got to be happy within myself, which I think is like, when you think of that way and don't allow me to input into your happiness, it doesn't allow you to fulfill your happiness. And that's where we got at one point. I think for myself too, like, I wouldn't let you intervene in my happiness. I feel like I had to go search for my own happiness on my own. Yes, that's very important. The me time, the inside, trying to make your own self happy. But God has put me with you to help complement my happiness. So I had to be accepted to that, and you had to do the same thing.
So I agree with that. So a part with compromise, and a lot of people, out there feeling like, oh, I compromise, it's always give. I give so much, I compromise so much, and the other person's not compromising anything. So what I say to that is that we've learned comes with boundaries. We learned to what extent are we compromising. Are we compromising our beliefs? Are we compromising our values? Are we compromising our happiness, right? So I can't tell you what to compromise, what not to compromise, because it's your marriage, it's your relationship. But I do know the advice we give every single couple They always ask, "Oh, well, how are you all making it work?" When we were all in,
Even when we
and
don't have it,
right,
we
and
still was making
even
it work.
right, we were still making it work. We will always tell couples that your marriage is your marriage. We see out here traditional marriages. We see marriages that aren't so traditional or conventional. We see all these different facets and avenues of marriage. But at the end of the day, that is the covenant. That marriage is a covenant between you and your spouse. So whatever goes on in your marriage, that's what goes on in there. Y'all marriage. Y'all set the boundaries for that to take place and for that to happen. So you as a couple, you all compromise on what y'all want to compromise on, and y'all set those boundaries without losing your happiness and pieces of yourself.
And that's learning that maybe the marriage that your parents set before you is not actually going to work for you and your marriage. And that's one thing we had to learn. Like the relationships we seen before us and our parents, our friends' parents, or things like that, that marriage might not work for you. And you don't know what they have going on in their marriage and what they have planned in their marriage. One thing I've learned over the years is to have a blind eye. You're out and I'll be like, oh man, I would never do that in my marriage. I'd be looking like, oh, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's that marriage. How many times have we said that conversation? Had that comment like, hey, nothing to do with us. That's your marriage.
We don't know. You
really don't.
People be so judgmental. You never know. You just never know. But that's why I think, but I know that keeping Christ at the center of your marriage, He will truly guide you, because like I said, the marriage is the covenant. That person is for you. You are for them. So with that being said, God already know how the puzzles fit together and what likes and what dislikes and how you two are coming together as one.
And so even for things, and we say compromise. So one of the biggest compromise things we have in our marriage, we have the don't ask, don't tell, you can get out of anything.
Yeah, twice a year.
Twice a year. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding, if it's a funeral, if it's a work event. It doesn't matter. You have two passes.
We shared that. We do.
Really have two passes. If we were planning on going to your wedding and we just happened to show up,
and one didn't show up, I guarantee it was a pass. One of us pulled. We get invited to a lot of events, whether it's a work event, galas, anything. We get invited to a lot of stuff, and I mean,
it literally does.
He'll come and be like, "Hey, look, I'm pulling that card." And it's don't ask. You can't feel any type of way. Don't be mad.
Hey, Pops, don't be mad. Sometimes I might not be showing up at an event in Charlotte. It's just probably pull the pass, man. Just one of the weekends, I just didn't feel like doing traveling, whatnot. So, hey, I'm sorry.
I know, and all the weddings that he went to, it was probably a pass. But I said to give.
But also, that works for us. That works for us. Sometimes you're just not in the mood to do it, man. There was one point Anika was all happy-go-lucky with weddings and want to go to any and everybody's wedding. And I'm just like, I ain't trying to do it all the time.
I know, he pulled 2 passes back to back. I was like, okay, this your last pass, right?
Yeah, I was willing to risk the rest of the year to not do it. And it's nothing against the people. That's just not my thing. Sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes and that's with setting those personal boundaries. Sometimes you know when you're overwhelmed. You know when you just, all right, look, like I cannot be around people right now. I am socially unavailable. And that's okay. That is a boundary that you set within yourself, and you know that, and you communicate that with your spouse. So I fully get it. I understand. No hard.
I did end up going to a Redskins Dallas game in DC in December by myself because somebody pulled a pass.
I did pull the pass. That was so messed up.
It was, but it wasn't messed up.
Wait, hold on.
It
was a birthday gift.
It wasn't her team.
Y'all already know who my team is, and I don't like sitting outside in the cold for a team that's not mine. So I gladly bought him one ticket, and he was like, wait. This is only one. There were great seats though.
They were awesome. But so that was something that works for us. Just you might want to put it in your marriage as well or your relationship. Just something to keep out there.
Yeah, just discuss. Have those talks, and what worked. We always say this: what worked in the beginning might not necessarily work for where you are now. Just revisit those boundaries, revisit those compromise, and what you once compromised on. If you're not willing to do that now, speak up, say that. We evolve, we change, situations change, you know.
Because weddings might have been fun in year 2,
Right.
year 3,
Listen,
and then year 8,
I might
you're
be
like,
pulling the cards now. Like, all right now.
so definitely. So have that conversation. Be able to compromise. Like I said, as we told you earlier, you got to get rid of those selfish ways. I mean, you really got to get out those selfish ways, and the compromising comes with sometimes, like we talk about it, like, you know, she might wake up, she might be stressing out about something, and I go in the mode like, I don't feel like dealing with that today. Like, I don't feel like dealing with that. But sometimes I might have to compromise and find out what's going on. Like, hey, what's going on? And that is another form of compromising, because even though I don't want to deal with it, I have to put myself to the side and
That's
figure
showing
out.
compassion and empathy, putting yourself in their shoes. That's also maturity.
That is maturity. That is a big time maturity. And, you know, as men, we can get to the point we can get very stubborn in those senses.
And women too.
Women can too. Yeah, yes, most def. You know, it's just like I said. So the word of the day is compromise. Like, hey, it's okay.
And boundaries, setting boundaries.
It's okay. Put yourself to the side. Live for the other one. And like I said, live on that Willie Smith advice. Hey, if you live to make sure your wife is happy, and she lives to make sure your wife is happy, make sure you're happy, you'll have a very healthy, long-lasting marriage. But it doesn't work if one person is doing it. So we both have to compromise and make sure we're both doing that at the same time. Well, this is day 15. We
Almost there.
Once the kids get picked up and we don't have to be up in any more vehicles for the day, we are definitely going to pop champagne. Celebrate 15.
Absolutely.
even though ain't much picking up the kids, they're at the park. So we're going to have fun and enjoy it, okay?
We are.
Love you.
Love you.
Bellerton's
Bye.
out.